forced a column that does not involve a whole lot of collection. But the other thing I will point out with that row 1 that Maniacal has to do, if you look at the bottom left to top right diagonal, that's a fairly easy diagonal and probably pairs pretty well with everything except having to pick up 40 Meridian missiles. But he's forced to do that, so that may be a good pairing for him. Okay, so as usual, we are going to do Sears Station. Some of us have Some of us don't like doing Sears Station, but the nice thing about it here, it gives the runners time to think, because it's pretty much going to be the same not pretty much, it will be the same every single time. So they're just going to sit there. They're going to let themselves get damaged down. And also shout outs to my tracker P-Toil, who hasn't had, oh, there we go. He's got to mark those skip high jump boots. There's also a skip wave beam tile that he can mark. And otherwise, he could sit back for a little while until the collection gets fast and furious. And it will. I've done the tracking. It's a hard job. And I'm very thankful to have someone with me doing it. Cross Product still second guessing some of his stuff, some of his decisions on his last race. Crossy had us really confused. Okay, Maniacal getting out of series a little bit faster. Both having very good series stations. Okay, and still we're at the part where everything still pretty much goes the same. We're going to go down, we're going to pick up that morph ball, come back up, kill BT, and then we might see some variation. Both using Moonfall to get down faster. Okay. One other thing I'm going to point out here is with Maniacal having both skip high jump boots and finish in spring ballroom, that means he's almost certainly going to do an ice clip into the spring ballroom. He has to pick up ice beam anyway. But as it turns out, trying to get up the pants room without either space jump or high jump is extremely difficult. There are ways to do it with bomb jumping, spring ball jumping if it's a randomizer, gravity jumps. All pretty slow, or X-ray climbs. There's no way he's going to go pick up space jump. As much as it's my favorite item, unless you have to pick it up, there's no reason to go out of your way to kill Dragon just to pick up space jump. So, fortunately for Maniacal, I know he's quite good at doing the ice clip. And thank you to Mr. Broadstone for setting things up and marking the rows and columns that they are forced to do. Oh, okay. It wasn't Mr. Broadstone. You should have just taken credit for it. But we still have, unfortunately, a row and a column marked for heroes, so I think I can fix that. Or it looks like it has been. Figure will just catch up in a second. There we go. There we go. We got it right now. And hero looks like he's already picked up the criteria map station. So that might indicate that he's either doing row 4 or column 3. The other interesting point about that column that he's been forced, well, it doesn't have a whole lot of collection. The other things that you could pair it with don't have all have lots of collection, unless he decides to do the diagonal top left, bottom right, which wouldn't be a terrible choice because you got 2 spring ball squares. You got to defeat Spore Spawn, which is a pain, but not too bad. And getting the Prince Tower energy stations, maybe he doesn't want to do those. Maniacal finishing up BT while Hero's about to start it up. Maniacal having a little bit of trouble getting up Alcatraz. Another one of those Super Metroid strats that every once in a while can just leave you for a little bit. Azure in chat trying to get the runners to grab a blue suit from Dragon and carry it to the Decora to skip speed booster. I think this is one of those examples that maybe not listening to chat might be a better way to go. Okay, Maniacal getting down to Brinstar. Gonna get those early supers. Gonna pick up these missiles. Okay, so I don't think he's going to do the collect all 60 Brinstar missiles because he would have gotten the ones in the back as well. So he probably just wanted a few extra missiles for could be doing column 2, getting the 70 missiles and the 7+ E-tanks. Let's see what else. That would be the one collection spot where you'd get extra missiles. To be fair, Maniacal didn't force any collection, at least in terms of ammo. But the thing I'll say about that column is that it really takes you all over the map. X-ray scope is going to force him, if he wants to do X-ray scope in the intended or more easy fashion, he'll want to pick up grapple beam, which forces you down to Crocomire. And if you don't want to go to Crocomire and get that grapple beam, then there are a lot of different ways you can do it, but it becomes much more dangerous. Destroy at least one statue. I'm sure Maniacal wishes it was 2 statues, but even just one means having to backtrack all the way back to the beginning of the game. The Meridian Reserve Tank is a pain. Pretty much going to force him to get a gravity suit because of that. It is definitely possible to get that without gravity, but not something anyone wants to do. And would have to pick up grapple, ice, and high jump boots. And then you'd have to go down to Norfair to finish in the Metal Pirates room. So as much as there's not a lot of collection there, it does take him all over the map. And there's not a lot you can pair that with that doesn't have collection. So chances are he'll be collecting something. That is true, Azure. There are no maps in that column. Hero is going to go straight up to the wreck ship. I don't believe Hero runs new route. He does, however, do a lot of randomizers, so that should prepare him well to do a CWJ over the moat. The more dangerous part, in my opinion, is the Phantoon with no suits and 1 energy tank, and if you're not used to that, it becomes a very difficult fight, and a very dangerous fight. Okay, Maniacal, having gone for Spore Spawn, he may be going for one of those, he could be going for that top left, bottom right diagonal. Since he has to finish in Spring Ballroom, he's going to pick up Spring Ball. And collecting the 3 Brinstar energy recharge stations pretty much is only bad for the backtrack back to the Decora pit. We'll have a pretty good idea once he goes to if he goes down. He may go up to see if he stops at this loader's refill. Okay, Hero going to take a safety save here before Fantoon. I really like that. He knows it's not a safe fight. You don't want to have to go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, Maniacal picking up that charge beam. I don't believe there are any squares involving charge beam picking up or not picking it up, so you might as well get it. Okay, now let's see, which way is Maniacal going to go? Looks like he's going to go down. Okay. Let's see if he picks up that energy refill. Nope, he's going to skip it for now. We'll see if he comes back. He'll be by that area again later. He might choose to get it later. Going to add a little safety by picking up Spazer here. Meanwhile, Hero gets across the moat. He's about to go fight Fantoon. Okay, Hero going to go into his Fantoon fight. Like I said, very dangerous fight with this energy count. I don't think he didn't pick up the Brinstar reserve, as far as I know. Looks like there's no reserve on the screen, so unless he has it on manual. Meanwhile, Maniacal's going to go take on Kraid, get that various suit. And Hero's gonna have to be very careful here. Already down to 39. Can take 2 more hits. 1 more hit, really. And survive. Gets up a big energy. That'll help him. Much safer now. Yeah, I corrected myself, Link. He could have taken... He would have died with 1 more hit. With 2 more hits. Back down to 19. Oh, Hero. Careful, get that. Oh, nicely slowing down. God, these Fantoon fights are always scary. Maniacal, meanwhile, picking up a various suit. And Hero finishing up Fantoon with 39 health. Oh, Maniacal is going to come back and get that reach. I think he is going for that diagonal because he's running back here, and I think it's to pick up the recharge station. Because there's no good time to come back here. Besides to refill his missiles. Doesn't actually need to do any of that, but you know what? Having 10 missiles instead of 1 is always nice. Okay, let's see if he picks up this E-Tank. Looks like he is. So Maniacal will be able to have a much safer and probably quicker Fantoon fight because he has the Very Suit and extra energy tanks. He's not going to go pick up high jump, or if he does, he's going to have to restart because you can't just pick up those high jump boots and turn them off. But he is going to go down, so we'll probably see him pick up maybe the E-Tank at high jump boots and maybe things like Speed Booster. Probably not Wave Beam if he's going to do that diagonal. He obviously is going to skip that. He needs to pick up Ice Beam, so he'll get that for sure. And he may just pick up the Ice Beam and leave. He doesn't really need anything else here if he's doing that diagonal. The Ice Beam will get him past to Batwoon to be able to get the one missile pack that's... I believe there's only one that actually is past Batwoon in Meridia. That would be the one... Oh, he is going to have to get Speed Booster, though. Never mind, because he has to get Speed Booster for the Aqueduct missiles and for the Main Street missiles. And he'll need Speed Booster if he wants to get that third recharge station, since it's in the Decor Pit. So my guess is he heads over to Bubble Mountain, picks up the Speed Booster, and then does some cleanup in Brinstar, then back up to the wreck ship before heading to Meridia. Here, on the other hand, I don't know yet what he's going to pair with his given column. I'm guessing row 4, because he picked up that criteria map station. He won't be able to pick up the wreck ship reserve, but he still can go back and pick up the Norfair reserve. Criteria power bomb he can get once he's done here by doing bomb jumps. 35 super missiles is a bit of a collection, though. Maniacal showing the difference between randomizers and the regular game, having to bomb jump up instead of being able to wall jump up there. Yeah, and the question of whether it'd be smarter to get speed first or ice first, it's an interesting question. The one thing, yeah, no high jump boots means he's going to have to do this a little differently. I know I often turn off my speed booster when I come here, if I have speed booster and no high jumps. Plus, he could use that ice beam to help him get up there. Said he does a very nice wall jump on the right side, which is by no means trivial. That is not an easy thing to do. So well done by Maniacal. Okay, let's see where Hero goes next. My guess he's going to go get that criteria power bomb. Refilling at the ship first. Probably going to take a safety save. Yeah, I'm gonna get that power bomb. He's gonna have to bomb jump up here. And he's got it going. That should get him up there very nicely. Okay, Maniacal, armed with the speed booster and ice beam, is probably gonna leave Norfair never to return. There's nothing else for him here. Oh, interesting. It looks like Maniacal is going to go down to Croc. This is interesting. I'm a little bit surprised at this. I mean, maybe he wants the grapple beam to get to Spring Ball, but again, without those high jump boots, getting up to Spring Ball using the grapple beam method is just annoying. And he is more than capable of doing the ice clip, so I'm really surprised at this. I'm not sure what else this would accomplish. let's see. Hero looks like he's gonna go. Maybe let's see. He's going back down the normal route, so he's gonna do some Bryn cleanup. If he's gonna get 35 super missiles, then there's definitely a couple super missiles he'll want to pick up here. And yeah, maybe Link you might be right. He may just want the power bombs here. The E-Tank would also be nice. He could get that if he wants it. He doesn't need it for any collection, but it's definitely an extra safety he can have. Hero destroying a statue. That is on that. Oh, that's in his required column, so never mind. Having to do, as Rumble put it, doing what you're required to do, always a good strat. Oh, I know he's going here. Okay. He's going to get the grapple beam for X-ray. That'll make that a lot safer. He's going to pick up these power bombs anyway. They're free if you're already down here and killed Croc. Maniacal more than capable of doing the X-ray without grapple beam. But without high jump, that becomes a lot harder. He'd have to use some bomb jumping. So might as well go ahead and pick up that grapple beam for X-ray. And this jump is interesting. It's just a little more precise when you need to jump to make it all the way up if you don't have high jump boots, but it definitely always works. He's going to pick up the grapple beam, and I guess he's going to route the X-ray on his way up to the wreck ship. My only real question is, and my guess is he'll go get X-ray, go to the last Bryn Star recharge station. He'll hit the Sloater's refill before X-ray, and then he'll go to the Decora pit and then up to the wreck ship. And actually, if he wants to, so he doesn't need any more power bombs, he could actually go up, kind of reverse what we call meme route and randomizer, and go up back towards Blue Bryn Star. And it is possible to shine spark up that shaft even without it being the end of the game. You can do a short charge in that room by breaking some of those blocks. So maybe he'll do that, and that way these power bombs really pay off extra. Okay, Hero picking up his Spore Spawn super. So every indication is that he'll be doing row 4. Now Hero going to pick up the Wavegate E-Tank, is able to do the gate glitch, no problem. Yeah, I like this call, especially if he's going to go up, not go up the standard red tower way, if he's just going to go through the blue Bryn way. I think that he knows very well that you can shine spark up that. Maniacal, both these runners well versed in randomizers. Maniacal playing the combo makes you do all sorts of, plays the combo randomizer regularly, and that makes you do all sorts of weird things. So he's going to pick up the Sloater's refill. Shout out to Sloaters. I don't know if he's still around. And now I suspect he'll do some X-ray. Okay, Hero, now I'm going to go back over to Red Tower. And he's probably going to go over to X-ray as well. And see if he chooses to do this now or if he's going to backtrack after getting... Yeah, he's going to do it now. And he doesn't have high jump boot. He's got the gravity suit, which is good, so that these spikes won't do a lot of damage. This isn't the randomizer where the gravity suit doesn't protect against these spikes. But he doesn't have high jump either, so he's going to have to bomb jump up here. seconds. He isn't going for the deboost strat. Then he's gonna have to run over those spikes and do another bomb jump, set of bomb jumps. Yeah, so to answer the question about what the arrow means, this is a double anti-bingo, and what the anti-bingo part of it is one of the rows and columns you have to do is chosen by your opponent. Those are indicated by the arrows that are there. Then you get to choose your own row or column, and you can choose any row or column or diagonal that you want, so long as it doesn't contradict anything in the forced one. Okay, so Maniacal is done with X-ray. Hero makes it through the bomb jump. He's still gonna have to get out, but getting out is a little bit easier than getting in. Okay, Hero not quite out of the woods. He is going to have to get back through these spikes, but he does have plenty of energy, and with that gravity shoot, he should be okay. And Maniacal showing you why not having high jump boots is a pain in the neck. Maniacal falling down the decor pit on purpose. So often we fall here by accident. Okay, picks up that energy. He now has all 3 Brinstar energy stations. So really, at this point, all he has to do is pick up those Meridian missiles and get to Spring Ball. He's going to route up this way. Okay. Actually, this probably is a faster way to route. Being able to avoid Red Tower completely is nice, and probably faster than what I was suggesting in going up the climb. Even with the ability to Shine Spark. And Hero is going to do his Meridia stuff now. There are 3 super missiles in Meridia. I'm not sure how many he has so far. P-Toil can update us on that. But he can pick up 3 here. He's going to pick up the Crab Supers right now. Okay, 30 so far, so he needs to pick up 1 more then. He'll probably pick up the Aqueduct Supers, and that'll give him his 35. Not having Speed Booster means he'll have to do this Gravity Jump. He still hasn't picked up High Jump Boots. So no Speed Booster, no High Jump makes this a little bit harder. Still more than doable. Basically, what he wants to do is start his jump, start his jump before the pause screen takes, turn off the gravity suit to take advantage of the mechanics of water, which says that you're going to go faster with gravity suit at first and faster without gravity suit towards the end. Maniacal getting his spark across the moat. And Hero getting that gravity jump. And Maniacal doing a nice spark across the ocean. And like I said, his Phantoon should be a lot safer. And there's nothing else he's going to collect here. He's going to go straight to that gravity suit. There's no reason for him to even pick up any supers. Interesting that Hero's going for this super. Because he doesn't have Speed Booster. He cannot pick up the Aqueduct. Okay, Maniacal about to face the ghost. Hero picking up another super pack. I am going to assume that gets him 35. Now I'm going to go for a 3-round here. Doesn't quite get it. But gets it fast on the 4th round and is able to finish up. Yeah, and to the point of doing a snail clip, I think that's one of those tricks that if you've done it a lot, it's fine. And if you've not done it a lot, yeah, then it becomes more difficult. Okay, Hero going to go ahead and pick up the Meridia Reserve Tank. Now I'm going to skip those supers. No reason to pick them up. I'm going to go head straight for that gravity suit. You're going to go get that reserve tank. I think I already said that. This is not an easy thing to do without Spring Ball and without high jump boots, but he does it very nicely. There's a reason why the Hundo gets this after you get Spring Ball. Now, Hero has not picked up any beams for sure. He doesn't really need them. Although it's going to make his lower Norfair awfully dangerous. I assume he'll at least pick up high jump boots before he heads down there. Hero going to go ahead and refill here. A very smart thing to do. Although he could just pick up the high jump boot E-Tank. Picks up the E-Tank. Maniacal picking up his gravity suit. So at this point, he just needs to collect all 40 Meridia missiles. There's a lot of them. And I think the hardest part about the Meridia missiles, honestly, is Hero's not going to get high jump. I don't like that play at all. Maniacal just has to pick up those missiles. Sorry, he's going to have to pick up the Norfair Reserve Tank. Yeah, I think he just thought better of that. Yeah, yeah, get your high jump boots, Hero. That'll make the Norfair Reserve Tank easier to get. That'll make the gravity jump much, much easier to get into lower Norfair. Yeah, you want those high jumps. Hero does not have to skip high jump. He has to skip wave beam. He's doing column 4. And there's nothing in his force column that requires him to skip high jump boots. Maniacal does have to skip high jump boots. That's why he doesn't have them. Maniacal gonna head back down. I was gonna say, I got interrupted myself. The hardest part, I think, about having to pick up all these missiles, he's gonna have to loop through the sandpit area twice. One of the missiles is, there's a missile pack in each sandpit, and that's quite a bit of extra backtracking. He's also gonna have to fight Botwoon. That shouldn't be too hard for him. Maniacal has shown a very nice Botwoon of late, so hopefully we'll get to see it. But this is going to show how strong some of those collection tiles are, even if you only have to do one. So what I expect Maniacal will do, he'll pick up the Main Street missiles. See if he can do that short charge. He's going to do it from... There are three places you could charge from. This is probably the easiest spot to do it from, where Maniacal's doing it right now. You can do it for the bottom with some stuttering. Nice job, gets him. And the intended way, so far as I can tell, is to do it from the room, the red door to the right, which is by far the hardest. It's a terrible way to do it. Now Maniacal's going to have to get the Mama Turtle missiles. Maniacal getting those missiles. It's like Hero's going to head down to Lower Norfair. There's really no point in him picking up Speed Booster, and he can't go to Wave Beam. Maniacal, so how much faster you can go through Meridia with that Speed Booster. Thank you, Ashter, with the nice beach pun, as Maniacal heads up to the beach. Okay, now he'll have to go over to the watering hole. This place where Hero picked up his super missiles. There's a set of missiles there. Now I was gonna have to watch out for this energy. He's getting kind of low there. Again, showing what you get when you don't have high jump boots. Can do a little bit of farming. Pick up the missiles. Here we're gonna just missile away the space pirates here. This is where things get very dangerous for Hero. If he survives this, he's... I pretty much think he has this, but this is a very dangerous part of the game. Even with Gravity Suit, everything in Norfair hits for a ton. Fortunately, he does have Gravity Suit, so he should be able to avoid the acid. If he gets caught in it, he will still be able to move. Looks like Maniacal's going to do a little bit of farming here. Okay, one more really scary part for Hero. I'm now going to head down the first sand pit, pick up the missiles here. He's going to have to loop around to the second sand pit, though he'll probably go get the Dragon missiles first. Fortunately, he doesn't have to, and there we go. Hero is done. With an official SRL time of 40:11, GG to Hero. Maniacal picking up those missiles. And Hero going ahead and gonna try and kill these kill these ninja pirates with just the pea shooter charge beam. Just to say he can. Like Maniacal's gonna try and save time with a gate glitch, and he does. Okay, hasn't gone official, but I believe Maniacal is gonna forfeit this. Hence the reset. It was yeah, it's tough when there's not a whole lot of good collection on here. And and thank you, Mookie, for putting in the runner command. Definitely give these guys a follow. Very fun to watch. A lot of Super Metroid, like it was Maniacal. A lot of also Link to the Past and combo stuff. Okay, and while we're waiting, I believe Hero is going to come in for an interview, and perhaps Maniacal as well. Let's just take a look at what's coming up next. So for us, this will be it for tonight. But we do have two matches going on tomorrow. We have Rumblemans versus Sweetnum, and Canadian Owl versus White Mage Becky. Still more stuff, lots of stuff still to be scheduled. I know I'll be having a race probably Friday night, which could be my swan song, but that's okay. It's been a fun tournament, and I will be happy to commentate throughout the rest of this tournament as well. Yeah, and Michael is looks like he is forfeiting. So okay. And I believe that's it for tonight in speed gaming. I will double check, make sure see if there's anything else going on tonight. I do believe there looks like there's Magic the Gathering going on still on Speed Gaming 1, but it is pretty late, so not much else going on. And there we have Hero. Let's bring him in. How you doing, Hero?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Tracy?
Yeah, great. So what'd you think of that?
Um, it was, I think that we had very few options for what we could give the other person that would be difficult.
Yep.
And I think Maniacal actually gave me a pretty good column in that I didn't have a lot of rows that I could actually do.
Right.
Because I started looking through, like, let me pull up my my board really quick.
Yep.
Like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, cool. I can maybe row 1 doesn't look too bad. And then I was like, wait, I can't finish in 2 different rooms, so I can't do row. I can't
Yep.
can't do row 1.
Yep.
The diagonal, top left, bottom right, again,
Same.
can't finish in 2
Yep.
different rooms. The other diagonal didn't look bad. Oh, have to skip wave beam. Like, he picked the column that had virtually no synergy with anything. And I think the only reason my row that I picked worked okay was because I was willing to run early wreck ship and pick up X-ray.
Yeah, and that was well, the X-ray wasn't too bad, but the early wreck ship was scary.
Oh my god! Yeah, Fantoon almost killed me like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, you were smart, you took your time, farmed a little bit. There was one point where there was this big 20 just sitting there, and you paused just long enough to not get hit by the flame, so that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he had me below 40, like, I think 3 different times, and even when I killed him, there was a flame right next to me when he was dead, and I was at, like, 39 health, and
Mhm.
I was like, "Wow, we almost, double KO'd each other."
Yeah, that's the, yeah, that's bingo for you though, you know? You take those are risky things to do. I mean, I know you've done randomizer early Fantoon, but that's a completely different ball game because typically you're gonna have at least some number of E-tanks if you're going in there, not just the one, so
Yeah, realistically, I don't consider doing randomizer early Fantoon if I don't have 2 or 3 tanks.
yep.
Unless I have Varia, then it's different.
Right. Or even Gravity Suit.
Yeah. I was actually planning on doing row 3.
Mhm.
And then literally as I was passing by the criteria map station, that's when I changed my mind.
Interesting, yeah.
Because
That
I
would've
was,
been a lot more collection though.
yeah, because I was doing my normal left side parlor, and I
Mhm.
was like, you know, I'm here. I might as well just. I might. I actually was considering just grabbing the map station just in case I
Mhm.
decided to change my mind. And then as soon as I grabbed it, I looked at the row again, and I'm like, there's only one. There's only one collection tile
Yeah. The
in the
6
row.
missiles.
Um, but the power bombs aren't that bad because you go up red tower. There's 2 power bombs that are free, and
Yep.
I figured if I was going to be destroying a statue, the reason that I thought of row 3 to begin with was because I knew that I was destroying a statue, so I was going to be going through Brinstar anyway.
Sure. And
So
there's
I,
lots to pick up there. You can pick up those 20 power bombs, all the energy tanks, the
yep,
recharge station, all that stuff.
yeah. So it row 3, row 4 were probably my only 2 options,
Mhm.
um, because the other like row 2, um, I could have done row 2, but it would have been really slow.
Yeah, but who wants to choose to collect Spring Ball if you don't have to?
I know,
And
yeah.
60 Brinstar missiles is a lot.
It
I've done that square.
Man, I actually didn't realize that because I watched one of Astor's races. Oh, I think it was my race with him,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize how much of a pain Brinstar missiles are
Mhm.
because of how disjointed Brinstar is.
Yeah, in particular, the Billy Mays missiles and the Kraid missile.
Yeah, because you have red Brinstar, retro Brinstar, green, pink, and Kraid,
Yep.
and they're all separated. There's elevators everywhere. Like it's kind of a
Yeah.
pain to do
Yep.
that tile.
Mhm. Like I said, I've done that tile. And it's easy to
Yeah.
forget one as, because I've never done that. As I ended on the forgotten Brinstar missile in my one win.
Oh no.
But all's well that ends well, right?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I feel pretty good about my routing. I think I picked up a couple safety tanks just because my health was getting a little sketchy at some points, and I knew one thing. When I was coming down into Norfair, my health was really low, so I figured I would grab high jump tank, and then I realized that,
Yeah, you were about to go with that high jump, and I seriously was gonna question that.
well, I thought to myself, I'm like, well, I don't need high jump for anything, and then I was like, wait, I have the reserve tank that I have to pick up. I
Yep,
have worst room in the game, and I
yep,
have a Varia-less lava dive that I have to
yep.
do.
Well, I mean, it would have been a gravity jump, but still,
Right.
it's much easier with than without.
Yeah. And so I figured even though it's a 4 tank lava dive, and it's not a problem, like I can do it with 4 tanks. I figured high jump is going to cost me 12 seconds, and the amount of IBJ that I would have to do to
Yes,
get through all that, it
it's
would,
gonna be more for
yeah.
sure.
So
Right, you don't wanna do the pixel perfect, high jump with wall jump in worst room in the game.
no,
And
no.
yeah, me neither. And so I've seen floaters do that. Yeah, that's hard to do that.
No, I've done it twice, and both times that I've done it was in practice, and they both took me like 25 tries to get it.
Yeah, no, and that would have given Maniacal the chance to catch up, picking up all those Meridian missiles.
Yeah, where was Maniacal when you decided
He was
to?
in the middle. Yeah, he was in the middle of Meridia. Basically, I mean, the Meridian missiles is a tough one because you have to go to both sand pits. So there's
Yep.
no good way. There's absolutely no good way to route that. He
Yeah.
would have had to do. So you go down one sand pit, and then you have to go down then probably what I think he would have done, what I would have done is I would have gotten, because he got the Mama Turtle, he got the main street and the aqueduct and the beach and the watering hole, and they went down one of the sand pits. Then probably the way to do it would be to go pick up the ones near Dragon, the Precious Room, and then go down the other sand pit, and then he has to go still do Spring Ball to get those last two tiles because he was looking at doing the top left, bottom right diagonal,
Yeah, that
which I think was synergized really good with the row you chose for him. But
yeah. I saw that tile, and that is, as far as like low collection, because like 125 missiles is kind of like one of the worst. I would say 125 missiles and then 11 e-tank slash reserves
mm,
are probably two of the higher collections that are paying.
yeah,
Oh,
I think there's
power
an
bombs are
11.
bad.
40 power bombs is a bad one. I think there's an 11 e-tank square out there too. It's just
Yeah,
e-tanks.
but
Those are all pretty bad.
40 Meridia missiles is bad because unless you go gravity first, it's basically both suits and speed
Hmm.
required.
Yep.
So it's
Well, in a sense, what makes it one of the things that makes it difficult is you want to get that speed booster and you want to get that gravity suit. So he went down to Kraid first, so he can get that speed booster, and because he was pairing it up because he wanted to get the Brinstar energy recharge, and you need the speed booster for that. So
yeah. Yeah, that's a rough tile. If that tile ever pops up in the same row as collect either Varia or Gravity, that'd be a bad tile.
yeah, yep.
Because that would be forced early wreck ship, and then you'd have to go down and get speed, then you'd have to go into Meridia, and then heaven help you if like in the same row it was like defeat Ridley.
Yeah, there can be some nasty stuff put in these cards that make your life miserable for sure.
Yeah, and it's really it's the worst thing that you can get. It's not really about collection necessarily, and it's not really about like having one suit or the other suit. It's about pathing and the number of rooms you have to go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if the card makes you go through, if your opponent can make you go through a vast number of rooms more than you have to go through or than they have to go through, you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, anyway, GG again. If there's anything else you'd like to add, go ahead, and then I will just review the schedule for tomorrow and close us out.
Well, that was fun. I'm really glad that I got to race Maniacal because he's fun to race against, and gosh, I feel like we've raced like in 4 different tournaments now.
Nice.
So, anytime I get to race somebody in Kip's Discord, I feel like it's a pleasure. So,
fun place to be.
Yeah, it really is.
And all us Kid Icarus guys and gals too.
Yeah, I know. We need to get a Kid Icarus race with
there we go.
Like a bunch of us all together.
Yep, absolutely.
But
Although we'd all lose to fruit bat salad, so.
Yeah, he has to commentate. He's not allowed to race.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But no, this is a lot of fun. I feel really fortunate to get to continue on, and look forward to going further.
Magoo's your next opponent, so I don't know what you know about him in terms of his dab races, but good luck with that.
Well, Magoo knocked me down into the losers bracket, and ultimately I found my way out of the randomizer, J Chalk's randomizer. So I will try to get my revenge against Magoo.
There we go. That's the way. Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for your commentary and thank you for the tracking, whoever was tracking.
It would be P Toil.
Pete Oil.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, P Toil. Trying to commentating and tracking when you're commentating by yourself. I don't even want to think about the difficulty of that. So really
I
appreciate that.
I definitely thank the tracker because I think that I would rather commentate one of these than track, but that's just my opinion.
Oh, I know. I'd rather commentate than track. That's an easy one for me. Uh,
So, all right. Well, have a good night and thank you
you
again.
too. All right. All right. And just a reminder that the next match is coming up tomorrow. Um, at again all times Eastern at 8 o'clock we have Rumblemans versus Sweetnum, and at 11 o'clock we have Canadian Owl versus White Mage Becky. Restream channels to be announced, so be on the lookouts for that. Thank you to the runners Maniacal and Hero. Again, if you're not already following those guys, please drop them a follow. Thank you again for my tracker. I'll put out the commentary one for him. Not so much for me, but if you want to follow me, that's cool too. Thank you to SpeedGaming and to Mr. Broadstone for setting this all up, and um, all the people behind the scenes. We couldn't do this without you, and to the organizers for setting this up in the first place. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.